We live. Hey, all right, Shalom. We want to start off at Slakia. Hold on. Slakia about that. Hey, all right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, the honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and some double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to our fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying the name of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Here, my brother Gabar YAHAWADAH.
This is brother Kahanallah.
Brother Ari all YAHAWADAH.
We the brothers from GMS Hawaii, and we, brothers got together and we was talking through the spirit, and it led us to do this lesson. This wouldn't be a forum, but the spirit jumped on us, and to go into this, this what's it called, like an uptick, so-called retail theft, looting, just this mass degenerate behavior. Okay, which as the title of this lesson is entitled, Jake will be to blame for all the problems, and that's exactly what's about to happen. This is going to make Esau. This is going to be the reason why Esau turned on Jake when all hell breaks loose. Just the reason why Jacob's trouble is going to happen. You got these Israelites. The brother Kahan told put up when we were speaking about the migrant issue. He can get some. If you got some articles on that, you can share that too, bro. But like they got all these Israelites coming up from South America, from Venezuela. I saw something today where Joe Biden is about to give 500,000 Venezuelans with work visas, or like temporary work visas, or work visas to work here in America, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got you don't know who's coming up here. You got a lot of wicked niggas and wicked niggettes, spiggers and spigettes coming up here. That have ill intentions. Not only that, you got migrants or immigrants from other countries like China, West Africa, East Asia, all men of Russia. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who's coming in there. You don't know who's being infiltrated. But the woes and the problems that are about to come, that are about to transpire, they're going to figure out a way to turn it on Jake, just like they did the 19. When the 19 came out, that was the Asian disease, so-called. That's what Trump called it, the Asian disease, right? Next thing you know, it was you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You became a focal point of that whole thing, which you were the focal point from the beginning anyway. They wanted to juice you up and destroy and kill you anyway, But they had to use a reason. And you see how fast it shifted from those other nations straight to Jake, and then next thing you know, Jake was the problem. Niggas start overreacting when they hear a cough. People didn't want to let him in because them Moabites were being discriminated, man. Their businesses, nobody was going to their businesses. Nobody was dealing with them. And they got upset. Then you saw all these Asian politicians coming out and other politicians, we got to do something about anti-hate, this rhetoric that Trump is spewing. But that shit came from over there. But somehow this disease was designed to attack what they call the most vulnerable population. Well, Esau's going to roll on Jake because he knows he's vulnerable. Without Yahweh Shai, you're extremely vulnerable. Okay? And you got a precept? Who got a precept? You got. Hey, can you get Exodus following out a multitude to do evil?
Okay, I have that one here.
Speak up, Yeah, we hear you.
Exodus 20:23 and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment.
You got it.
So yeah, the Lord told us not to follow a multitude to do evil, man. A lot of people think that because a lot of people are doing it, so it shouldn't be wrong, or a lot of people are doing it, so I might not get caught. You know, it's a slim chance that I could get caught. Nah, man, you ain't supposed to do, evil. Period. But this is what Jake is doing, and like the brother mentioned, man, a lot of Jake, they're robbing these stores, or they're coming from these third world countries to get a come up here, because a lot of them don't come up here with the mentality of, I'm gonna go and work hard and whatever. Nah, a lot of them come to steal, to make fast money, man. And that's wickedness, man. And the Lord is ultimately gonna judge all of those people, man.
That's right, man. And that's what this whole thing, kind of the focal point of this lesson. It says a woman is accused of encouraging Philadelphia looters live on social media among 52 arrested. And the scripture says all wickedness is but little to that of a woman, man. She was egging this on. She was live on Instagram, because niggas think that committing crime is something that should be like videotaped. You shouldn't be committing crime anyway, but these niggas are so stupid and far gone that they show themselves doing the wickedness, man, whether that be killing, stealing, robbing, murdering. Take the precept where it says Deuteronomy, it's in Deuteronomy, I think it's Deuteronomy, the law on stealing. It's part of the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not steal. Because that's what niggas was doing. And that's that kind of behavior is being made, it's being normalized. Like you don't got no excuse for breaking into an Apple store. You niggas don't need computers. You niggas don't need cell phones. You got all that shit already. You break it in a Foot Locker. You niggas ain't in need of shoes and clothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, all of these people, a lot of these people that were arrested were young people. They were robbing liquor stores. They're robbing a liquor store, bro. They kicked in a liquor store, robbed that. They robbed a Foot Locker. Niggas robbed everything, man. Lululemon,
Mm-hmm.
It is Exodus 20 and 15. I'm sorry, brother.
No, you got it.
Yeah, Exodus 20 and 15. Exodus 20 and 15 says, thou shalt not steal. Matter of fact, it says, start at 11, Baba Gashan. You go to 11.
It says Exodus 20, verse 11.
Oh, no, hold on, brother.
All right.
No, wait, that. I was trying to figure out, because it says those are the laws that the Lord gave. What did it say in the first verse? You keep switching from screens, brother.
Oh, okay, Salakia.
What's the first verse say?
And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt not have no other gods beside me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Right, that goes back to idolatry. These are laws that the Lord, these are what they call the 10 Commandments, right? But we know that it's 613 laws, statutes, and commandments that we are to observe and to adhere to here on this earth as Israelites, right? And the reason why the Lord set these laws up for us is because these nations, they were doing all of this stuff. They were idol worshiping. They were, bowing down, worshiping these creatures and things that Yahawah created, right? They were stealing from each other, killing each other. Keep reading, brother.
Verse 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy.
Salakia, brother. How do you show that you hate the Lord? By you ignoring his commandments, disobeying his commandments. That's how you show you hate the Lord, by doing things that he told us he set for us not to do, you know. And so the Lord, he may not get you in the first generation. He'll wait. He'll wait till after you pass, come to the third or fourth generation, after you done read in the spirit world and you don't forgot all about the wickedness you did, and then the Lord's going to visit you. Just like we're getting into, we're going to go, Lord, we're going to get into Jacob's trouble, because this is all pre-troubles, pre-Jacob's trouble happening right now. These things going to be a reason why Esau going to look for a reason. He ain't got to look for a reason. Niggas going to give him a reason to roll on Jake. You know? Go ahead.
Well, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
Which is the elect. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord Yahweh thy power in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
That's right.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all that work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days.
This is the Sabbath day. You know, the Sabbath day is a holy day, and here in this world, they don't observe the Sabbath day. And us being in captivity, a lot of times we don't even observe it correctly, because we're not supposed to work. We're not supposed to do anything. Nobody's supposed to do nothing. But yet you'll go to these stores, they're open 24/7. People are working. People are doing manners of work, cooking, all this stuff. Even the animals out here grinding. You know, so this place is out of balance. Go ahead.
For in 6 days Yahweh made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. Well, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, or thou shalt not steal.
And you see that going on when you go to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, wherever they live, whether it's in neighborhoods or the countries in which our people live in. These things are pervasive amongst our people. Killing, dishonoring the father and the mother, killing, committing adultery, and stealing. You can stop right there, brother, and stealing, because that's kind of what we're focusing on right now. We're not supposed to steal. Now, there's one thing: if you steal because you're hungry, hey, the Lord, you know, you can repent. I mean, you can repent from it all, but the point of the matter is that there's a scripture that says there's one that stealeth to feed himself. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Stealeth for hunger. Proverbs 60 and 30. Proverbs chapter 60, verse 30.
Verse 30.
I'm sorry, Proverbs 6 verse 30. 6 verse 30.
Proverbs 6 and verse 30. It says, men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry, but if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house.
Right, and that's the judgment for stealing. You know, if you steal, you gotta pay back what you stole sevenfold, right? Shit, you gotta give all the substance of your house to this person for stealing. But if you're hungry, it says men are not going to despise a man that steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. Read that in the NLT, verse 3.
Oh, in the NLT, it says, excuses might be found for a thief who steals because he is starving.
Right. So, but them niggas that was stealing, these jigs that were doing all this robbing yesterday and across the country, because it ain't just Philadelphia, San Francisco catching hell, California, all of California in the South, they're catching hell with all of this wickedness. And these jakes are, we're going to show it in a second. You got Jake going up into Walmart, walking out with big ass TVs, man. I remember when the Katrina thing was going on, you had the water was up the nigga's fucking chest, neck. Had a big ass flat screen TV over his head, man. You know, niggas are out of control, man. Ooh. They don't despise a thief if he's still because he's starving. But if you're not starving, you ain't got no reason to be stealing. You're gonna be despised, man.
Yeah, you gotta, you know. I think no, yeah, I was gonna say because you know when, let's say people see these type of news in you know in mainstream media, if they were to see like, oh, these people are stealing because you know they're starving and you know their conditions are so bad, people, you know, if ISO was to pass a law like, oh, we gotta get these guys and put all of them into jail, people are gonna kind of be like, damn, but you know their situation is like fucked up, so it's kind of like, damn, like what other option do they have? But like the brother's mentioning, you motherfuckers are stealing fucking TVs and electronics and shit, so people are gonna be like, yeah, lock these motherfuckers up because now everything is gonna go up in price. Or you know, every time you go into a fucking store, everything is locked up and shit, and it makes it a inconvenience. Like, I don't know, you brothers ever noticed in Home Depot, you know, there's been people just stealing tools and shit. And now you want to go into Home Depot to grab one of those tools to buy them. Like, you don't have the intention to go steal them. But guess what? Now them shits are locked up away, like in fucking who knows where. You got to go and fucking call you know, somebody to help you and shit. And now it becomes an inconvenience. So if let's say somebody in the world says, if the government says, oh, let's pass a law to, you know, get these motherfuckers, people that look from the outside are gonna say, oh, hell yeah, let's lock these motherfuckers up, because all they're doing is bringing chaos into our communities. And that's what Jake is doing, man. They're because it's not just, people don't just look at like, oh yeah, it's just this group of those group of people that did it. Nah, every time now that you know, a store sees a group of so-called Negroes or so-called Latinos, the first thing that's gonna pop in their mind is like, oh, these motherfuckers are gonna steal, man. You know?
Yep. Yeah, it's never a one-off with Jake. Esau can kill 1,000 people in one day, and they'll just attribute it to one guy just being deranged and crazy. They're not gonna attribute that to all Edomites or all Moabites. But when they come to our people, we get lumped up. You know, all of us are thieves. All of us are undisciplined. All of us are violent. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jake is a small, according to their statistics, Jake is a small population, a minority here in America. They make it like Jake is the majority of the niggas that commit these crimes. You know? You got something, Ariel?
Oh, yes. I wanted to add to that the violence factor. Because the lesson I did today, and I uploaded on YouTube, I'll try to be real quick. Target CEO Brian Cornell, he told analysts that in August, violent incidents against workers at Target, and it's not just Target, it's all the stores where these Jakes, you know, they have that mob mentality, 15, 20, 30, they bum rush into the store, they grab clothes, shoes, whatever, but that's not all they do. There's that violence mentality, and it says Cornell told analysts in August that violent incidents against workers at Target stores increased 120% for the first 5 months of this year compared to the same period a year ago. Because we've seen the videos, them Jakes when they go in the store, and I feel comfortable saying it's Jakes because most of the videos I've seen, it's so-called blacks. I don't know if it's some Latinos in there, it might be, but it's so-called blacks. But when they grab those clothes and they go running out the store and you see the employees and the security try to stop them, it gets violent. And this Target CEO, he said the violence at the Target stores has increased 120%, and that's why they're closing 9 stores. They have insurance, and I know this because I've worked in stores. You know, security is in my background. They have insurance to cover the money losses, but the violence against the employees, that when the violence starts, it's like, all right, we're just gonna close the store because violence, the violence is just is violence. Nobody comes to work and wants to get, you know, get beat on. Because they're closing the store because of safety concerns. That's what it says in the Honolulu Star Advertiser today. The stores are being closed not just because of the looting, Salakia, but for the safety concerns, the violence. And I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, and because niggas is violent. You know what I'm saying? Until the violence get thrown onto them, now it's a problem. Yep. Now it's police brutality. Now it's Romans 13:1, brother.
Khan, I got it right here. Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. It reads, it's under the heading, be subject. Oh, you're gonna put it up on the screen?
Khan, brother.
Khan, I'll wait. Slack you. I'm kind of heated.
Yeah, it makes you mad, man. Because niggas want everything, bro.
I'm kind of heated.
Everything. We can't have shit. Niggas want to ghetto is the way it is.
Because we work.
Yeah,
we work for a living. If you want something, buy it. That's all.
Buy it. If you can't afford it, you don't need it.
You don't
need
what
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't fucking need it. And niggas don't need it. You don't need electronics, man. You don't need no 85 fucking TV in every room. Like, that's too much. Like, Jake just be doing too much, man.
Too much.
And then the average hard-working male out here, we got to bear the brunt of that shit.
Yeah, because they raise the prices.
Yeah, not only the prices, but then you gotta deal with the despisement. You gotta deal with the stress that come with going shopping. You with your family. Let's say a brother with 6, 7 kids, and they of age. You know what happens? What happens when that happens? Now they getting, you know, these kids like to wear hoods and shit, and everybody want to wear the ski mask. So you go up in there, you got money, you don't work hard all week, and you go up in here, you know, you being what's that? It's a word for the shit. It's a word where they
categorize.
It's not stereotype. It's called something else. I forget the name of this word, but it's basically a stigmatism when you walking up in some place. You know what I mean? Like it's not stereotype. It's called
I forget the word.
First was for it.
Yeah.
Because they were, I can't remember the name, but it's sloppy.
Yeah.
But there's a name for it. Yeah, profile. The water, brother.
Profile.
HAWADAH puts it. Yeah, it's called profile, man. And like the brother said on here, it says he says right here, I've gone to Walmart to buy under a garment or whatever, and he says, and they have to walk to the counter. It's embarrassing to say the least. And why do you gotta walk the counter? Because niggas are stealing everything. You know what I'm saying? But then you go to these Edomite communities, they don't have that problem. They actually did shit outside. I saw Jake go to he went to like a gas station or whatever, and they had all the oil sitting outside, and the snacks sitting outside.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was like if this was the ghetto, that shit would have been gone. You know what I'm saying?
Locked up.
Locked up or stolen. Because nigga will take everything that ain't standing there. I don't know if you brothers the brother Ariel might remember this movie called Hollywood Shuffle.
Oh yes. Yes.
So there's a scene. No, it wasn't Hollywood Shuffle, Salaki. I'm gonna get you sucker.
I saw that too.
They had the ghetto Olympics. Let me see if I can find it. Ghetto Olympics. Right? Ghetto Olympics. Olympics. I'm gonna get you sucker. It's a scene from it's right here. The Youth Gang Fun Day. You know what I'm saying? They had to actually have a fucking it was a stereotype of niggas hood, but this the shit niggas was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll just play this. You ain't gotta listen to it, but I'll just play it. Yeah, you got Look, these niggas stealing the TV. That's a race. You got niggas. It's a race. They running from dog with TVs on their shoulder, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, Slack.
Ghetto Olympics.
Look at this shit. This is the ghetto. This is made a joke. But this is what niggas do, man. And then they watch this and they actually believe that niggas do that shit. And he's like, oh, you set a record. Watch this shit. Like the car is just stripped to a bone, to a door. It ain't even no engine in that motherfucker, man. That's how bad some niggas will steal. And that shit happens across America. You go to LA, you go to San Francisco, cars be on bricks. And that niggas took everything, man. That niggas took everything, man. The Youth Olympics, man. The Youth Fun Day. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And that's what the hood look like every day. You know, because of niggas, man. But go ahead, brother. Romans 13:1, bro.
Okay. This is Romans chapter 13:1. Under the heading, be subject to government. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. What are the higher powers? The government, the police department, the laws that govern the land. That's why they have laws. You can't just walk into a store, and Jake do it like it's not. You can't just walk into a store and take stuff and then walk out. You know, it says, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So the police department, the governments, these are put in place by Yahawah Shai for a reason.
Because if it's like it, brother, if you didn't have cops, it'd be the Wild Wild West, man.
Woo.
No city, no state where Jake is at will be safe, man.
None. Right. None. And I've seen stories on the news. Maybe you brothers have seen them. I'm sure you have. In Oakland, California, man, it's bad. And they've interviewed people who live in Oakland, mostly Jakes, men and women. They say they've never seen it as bad as it is now. But we know, as men of the Lord, as hopeful men of the Lord, Yahawah Shai, we know in Matthew 24, Yahawah said in Matthew 24, verse 12, he said his disciples in verse 3, they asked him for signs of his return and of the end of the world. And he, in verse 12, he gave them many signs, but in verse 12, he said, iniquity will abound. Iniquity is wickedness, law breaking, unrighteousness. So we know, as men of the Lord, hopeful men of the Lord, we know that these are just signs of the end. These are just signs of the end, and it's gonna get worse. I was watching real quick. I got a little note here. I was watching Elder Apostle Ramla's video entitled GMS Info Doc Channel 12. The time of Jacob's trouble will be horrible, Salakia, and dreadful. 9/26/2023. So it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, and that's why I brought in the violence factor, because when these Jakes, when they go in the store and they do this, it's called the snatch and grab. That's a spirit. Those are the words in my head. It's called the snatch and grab. When these Jakes decide to do this, they doing it. Don't try and grab them, because then it's gonna get violent. And Lord knows, I'm pretty sure some of them have weapons. You know, it hasn't reached that element yet, but I can't say I guarantee, but I believe, based on, I'm from the projects, when niggas going, Salakia, when ninjas go in the store and they grab stuff and steal, Jake got a weapon. Jake got a knife. Jake might have a gun. So, in stores, because security is my background, they tell us, if somebody comes in and steals and grabs stuff, let them go. It ain't worth your life. Let them go. And if you attempt to grab them, usually you get terminated, because the company doesn't want that liability of you getting hurt or of you hurting somebody else. So it's going to get worse. We know, based on these end time prophecies, it's going to get worse. And but that's why Yahawah Shai, Romans 13 verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahawah Shai. He put these powers in place, the police department, these laws. the powers that be are ordained of Yahawah Shai. They're put in place by Yahawah Shai. So these Jakes, man, these niggas wilding, man.
They keep reading, bro.
They wilding. Over, you want verse 2? Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High.
Right.
And
so
they,
like you got like Salakia.
You got it.
So you got like because they're going to use the same precept when it come out for people to take, but that's not this scripture don't pertain to that, you know. But they're going to these 13 pastors and preachers going to try to use that to get Jake to get juiced up and jabbed up again, or and then also they're going to use it mainly going to use that for the MOTB. But the point of the matter, like the brother was going into, these powers are set up by the Lord. One brother asked, so basically they really disrespecting the Lord in a way. Yeah. You go against these laws, these ordinances that's set up. Okay, so it says, who therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High. Because really, a lot of times, these rules and regulations that's set up, even though Esau is wicked, guess what? A lot of them pertain to the precept, the scripture. You know, we know that they don't judge balance. So if you rich or wealthy in this world, you could break the law and get over. But as far as the Israelites, we ain't supposed to be doing that. So it's you resisting these ordinances, if you resisting these powers, you really resisting the Lord. And that's why you see Jake in a condition that they in. You ever see niggas get pulled over and pulled out of the car and shot the fuck up and choked out? Like George Floyd wouldn't have got choked out had he to just listen to what was being said. You know what I'm saying? But a nigga don't want to go to jail, but you commit these crimes. And then you want to call for your mom. Wait a minute, you know, he's don't agree with their adversary. So you arguing with the police officers like you know the law, like he don't know his job, you know it better than he do, you know? And that's why niggas get mopped up. And that's why that's why we're gonna go into that article. That's why you niggas is in jail. Ass in the prison, like the brother said right here. It says St. Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary, which is Esau Edom, deliver thee to the judge, them cops, and the judge deliver you to the officer, and thou be cast in the prison, thrown in the prison. You know, niggas don't agree with that. A lot of times, I was watching a video right before we did the lesson. This nigga woman, she walked out of Target. Spirit, we talking about Target. She walked out of Target and with a whole cart full of shit, right? So the cops pulled right up on her while she was jumping in the car. She was about to load the car up. She walked out. Her girlfriend was in there. They was all getting over. But her girlfriend left her. Her girlfriend just got out of jail, probably for stealing, doing some wickedness. And then she gave the right name. The nigga woman that stole the shit, she tried to give him a false name. They ran her name. It didn't come back as nothing. They was like, wait a minute, this person don't exist. Then she was like, the bitch was handcuffed already, and she tried to take off. She did take off, running. Talking about she didn't want to go to jail. Talking about she don't want to go to jail, blah, blah, blah. And the cop was so right. If you'd have watched the video, bro, the cop was super cool. He was dealing with her, you know what I'm saying? But she ain't want to listen. She tried to lie, you know? So, but she didn't agree with her adversary. They threw that bitch in prison, thrown into jail. Why? Because niggas don't agree with their adversary. So keep on reading, bro.
It says, whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
That's why niggas get shot and killed. That's why you get beat up. That's why you get thrown into the prison. That's why you do these lengthy prison stints. That's why, you know, you're in jail and can't get out. You know, because you resisting the power. Keep reading.
It's the power. It says, verse 3, for rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
Yeah, so the good work is doing this. You know, I remember when we first started standing up as a camp, you know, the cops would come by and harass us, but then they stopped that because we were good. We wasn't doing nothing wrong. Eventually, they became our friends. You know what I mean? When I say friends, they was cool with us, man. People would come mess with us. Yeah, they would come mess with us. The cops would pull up, and they would take our side, man. I remember one time there was a couple things. One time, this couple came around and spit on us, the white lady and the Spanish dude, and they were bugging out and shit. And they were just messing with us, And I got a little razzle dazzle, but then I calmed down. The brother had me calm down, and then the cops came. Was like, he told her to get up out the way, man. He stood out. They try to cuss us out and try to get us thrown in prison. But again, the rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. So when you see shit like this, hold on, Salakia. Right here, this shit right here. It says a woman accused of encouraging Philadelphia looters live on social media among 52 arrested. The chaos started around 7:30 p.m. after numerous 911 calls stated a large group moved from Center City. It says Philadelphia police have arrested encouraging a woman accused of encouraging looters on social media. You see, niggas don't have no understanding. And Tuesday night, Deja Blackwell allegedly used her social media platform to encourage people to engage in looting at several locations and is alleged to have engaged in criminal activities herself. According to the district attorney's Philadelphia office, she is charged with burglary, and all of the people are charged with that: burglary, conspiracy, criminal trespass, riot, criminal mischief, criminal use of communications facility to receive stolen property, and disorderly conduct. Wow. She's through it. And look, she's crying. She's crying. All these people, look, all these people locked up. It ain't just blacks, it's Latinos, it's niggas, it's everybody we talking about is on this thing. It's a representative on here. She was one of 52 people. I'm sorry, Salaki. It says Blackwell was arrested at the 5600 block of Rising Sun Avenue after being observed by officers at a gas station. And like she was crying and shit, but she wasn't crying when she was on live. She was one of the 52 people taken into custody by police. 3 juveniles were also apprehended. And then you got this picture right here. Look, a bunch of niggas, and they smiling. A bunch of women, a bunch of wayward ass niggas, Latinos, Latinos, Hispanics. It says the chaos started around 7:30 Tuesday after numerous 911 calls stated a large group, possibly a mass of 100, moving through the city, Philadelphia. At the least 18 state-run liquor stores were broken into, leading the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board closed all 48 of its Philadelphia retail locations. So niggas can't buy liquor. Remember y'all said previously that what niggas do, they make it an inconvenience for everybody else. Then how niggas gotta drive out the state to get some liquor, man? It says at least 18 state-run liquor stores were broken into, leading the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board to close all 48 of its Philadelphia retail locations in one suburban Cheltenham. Because of niggas. Because of niggas. Niggas are going to be blamed for everything. And it ain't really just a blame. It ain't just a blame. It's just because two-thirds of Jakes out here commit rape. So it is.
Look at that.
Look at this. Look. They can steal cars.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that 52 arrests were made, 49 were adults, man.
52 is a football team.
Yeah, that's a football. That's shit. That's the practice squad. That's the everybody. Everybody. Niggas like drink. Somebody probably was having a party this weekend, and now they being inconvenienced because of niggas. There's other stores around the city were ransacked, including Lululemon, Foot Locker, and the Apple Store. Video on the social media showed mass people in hoodies running out of Lululemon with merchandise, and police officers grabbing several, tackling them on the sidewalk. Photos of sporting goods store at a mall showed mannequins and sneakers scattered on the sidewalk. The thefts and the unrest stretched from downtown northeast to northeast in West Philadelphia, leaving smashed display windows and broken storefronts. Now, guess what? Esau set this up for a few people to do it. But then niggas start following, and now y'all to blame. This could have been incited because that was happening a lot during those Ferguson riots. A lot of that was being incited by Edomites, dressed in black. You know? And niggas, look at niggas tore the whole fucking thing down, bro. You know how hard it is to tear something like this down, bro?
Yeah, that glass is hard.
Not even just the glass. Look at the roller thing, man. This shit, bro.
That's violent.
And you wonder why shit is closed in the ghetto. You know, you wonder why, because of niggas. You know, all because of niggas, man. Niggas, you Jakes. And look, they made her the head of this thing. She's
look crying. At that
they call this bitch Meatball. Her name is Meatball. She deserves it.
Meatball.
Fuck up. You know? Let me play this real quick, man. Niggas are out of control, bro. And you wonder why what's about to happen is going to happen to Jake. You wonder why you get ate up out here, Salakia. Hold on, brothers. Let me share this video. Niggas, man.
And Esau being incentivizing that shit too in certain states by not, you know, making it a criminal charge if you steal under a certain amount and shit. So Jake just be fucking going at it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll play it real quick.
City will close 9 of its stores, including the one on 117th Street in Harlem. The stores will shutter for good on October 21st.
And as Fox 5's Arthur Chan reports, Target's blaming the closures on ongoing problems with theft and violence.
I just come out of there. I got me some eggs, some bananas, some avocados.
Anthony uses it for his groceries, and David is here for a birthday present.
I just bought a little something for my son whose birthday is today.
Countless residents in East Harlem rely on this Target on East 117th Street, but now Target says it's closing the store in a matter of weeks, citing rampant shoplifting that threatens the safety of employees and customers.
They come here, they steal. And I told them, they're hurting the neighborhood.
This woman has worked at this Target location since it opened in 2010. She asked not to be identified, but shared with us her frustration with shoplifters who often come in mobs emptying shelves.
They thought they was being smart, everything running in, running out. Just disrespectful to this store. You understand what I'm saying? They just disrespected the store to the tires. Now not going to be no more Target. Now what they're going to do? Now what's going to happen to this neighborhood?
Surveillance videos like these routinely show brazen level criminal activity. Shoplifting on a large scale has become a national crisis, costing retailers over $112 billion in losses last year, according to a National Retail Federation survey. Target's East Harlem store is one of 9 locations it's closing nationwide, all for the same reason. Other locations include San Francisco, Portland, and Seattle.
You may see other stores closing locations too, specifically in those big metro areas where, you know, the cost of rent is high. So it's really making a bigger impact on those stores.
CVS.
And that's the reason. See, that's another reason. See, like people think that like it's just the stealing and the violence. No, these stores, they know they jump on opportunity. They say the rent's high, so it's costing the store more to keep it open than to operate it. They ain't bringing in a large profit. And add on top of it, you got theft, retail theft, and violence on it. So now that's just a reason to get rid of it. Some of these workers, even though they've been here for 10 plus years, workers, they are inconvenienced for Target. So it's like, man, we'll just close this shit. You know, we're not gonna open this shit up for you niggas. Fuck you niggas. And then she was distressed and inconvenienced because not only are they losing a Target for people, but they're also losing jobs. She's not gonna have no job. That's her livelihood. You know, so it's like a domino effect. One thing affect another. You know, and again, when all breaks loose, you Jakes, you gonna be the reason why they're gonna blame you. Hey, Kahan, can you get Revelation 12 and 12? And then get what you got. Revelation 12 and 12. Hey, niggas inconvenience everything. Bro. Hey, bring it up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say also, you know, that could also lead to, you know, more or tighter control of goods, man. You know, because
absolutely
closing down these stores and shit. now everything's gonna be shipped, you know, and controlled via online, man. So that's gonna just give Esau more control over everything, man. So Jake fucking everything up, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." That's right. And this is, you know, speaking about who? Esau Edom, man. Esau Edom is about to, you know, bring the hammer down. And all of these things are just, you know, preparing the way for Esau to, you know, completely bring his plan to fruition, man. Of what? Of bringing chaos upon the earth and you know, present his so-called solution, which is gonna be through this MOTB, man. You know?
Yeah. I have a quick precept.
Oh, hold on, brother. Read this.
Oh,
Did you read it already? You already read Revelation 12:12?
God, I'll read it again.
Yeah.
Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time."
Yep, and that great wrath is going to hit Jake, because he had a short time to rule. He knows his power is waning. So when he bring this on, he's going to bring it full force, man. You know.
That's right, man. I had a article.
Aria all had a quick precept.
Oh, okay, kind.
I actually had two. I'll go with Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 21, because that was my first one. The other one was 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. But Jeremiah chapter 2, Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 21. I'll go with that one, because that was my first choice. It reads, "Yet I had planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" And the NLT version says, "But I was the one who planted you, choosing a vine of the purest stock, the very best. How did you grow into this corrupt, wild vine?" So Jake has just turned into this corrupt, wild, degenerate plant. That's what Yahawah sees when he looks down at Jake today. And in my head, I'm saying Judah, but it's all the tribes, you know. But on TV, Esau Edom here in America, when you see videos like this, you see black. I mean, so-called black. You know, you see Negroes. That you know, and it is what it is. So when he comes down, 1 Peter 5 verse 8 says, I wrote it down: "Stay alert, watch out, for your great enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour." Esau Edom don't have to look far, because you know what I'm saying? Because like Jeremiah 2:21 says, Jake has turned into a degenerate plant. NLT version calls him a wild vine. These niggas wildin'. Matter of fact, there used to be a term, wildin', right?
Yeah.
They going back to, these niggas have gone back to wildin', you know? And that's all I had to say about that. These niggas is out of control. And Yahawah Shai, he gonna bring, like you said, I like the term you use, he gonna bring down a hammer on these jokers.
Yeah,
you know,
Jake is gonna get it, man. Jake is gonna be for no reason. Niggas gonna believe that it's for no reason why this happening to us. And again, everybody gonna get swept up in that. That's when you read Revelation 2nd Ezra 16. But then the Lord said, then you're gonna know who my chosen are. You know, because everybody gonna get swept up in it. It matter what you look like or who you are. You could be an upstanding Jake. You can be a wild nigga. Everybody, if you a Jake, you get targeted that day. That's the reason for hence the reason for Jacob's trouble. But the one that's going to be protected is going to be the elect, who we hope and pray for every day that we are part of that. Go ahead,
Oh yeah, I had this quick precept. This is in it's like Lamentations. Let me put it up. Lamentations 2 and verse 15. It's like it. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? And yeah, like, you know, you see Jake, the way they're acting, man. And this is why the heathens look at us the way they do, man. They always looking down upon us. Like we mentioned before, you know, some of our people, well, actually it's not even some, man, because now Jake, as a nation, majority of them are just wicked individuals, whether they're, you know, in the music industry, sports and whatever. Jake doesn't act, you know, according to righteousness. So Jake is always seen as like, oh yeah, these people are like, have low morals, low, you know, living standards, you know, because the way that they act. You see all these entertainers, nobody takes these entertainers serious, man. They're all tatted up in the face and shit. So it's like these heathen nations look down upon us, man. Why? Because we're not following after Yahawah, but after, you know, the wicked ways of the heathens, man. And Jake doesn't just take onto one thing. They just combine everything and just, oh, I'm gonna do all sorts of wickedness, man. So they become these fucking super demons, man. And this is what we see all over the news, man. And you know, the brother Ariel mentioned, you know, that you see a lot of stuff in America, bro. You look at Latin news and there's Latin motherfuckers all up in that shit. The Northern Kingdom, or look at the news in South America. It's even worse. Those motherfuckers down there are crazy demonic, bro. So it's all the tribes, man, are fucking going completely off.
Yeah, scripture says the whole head is sick. From the
whole
foot to the
head is sick.
The whole head is sick, man. Hey, get it real quick. Isaiah 1 verse 3. Start at 3. Go on.
Oh, Isaiah 1 and 3. I start at 2?
3. Start at 3.
Oh, okay, 3. Isaiah 1 and 3, it says, the ox knoweth his...
You can start at 2.
Isaiah 1 and 2, hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me.
And that's what they're doing. I'm sorry, you got it, bro.
No, you got it.
That's what Jake is doing. That's what the whole 12 tribes are doing. The Lord, he brought us up, he nourished us, you know, he delivered us out of all these captivities, you know, he delivered us from our enemies. And what Jake do? They rebelled against the Most High, even until this day. Right?
It says, verse 3, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's scrib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Yeah, Jake don't consider who they are. They don't consider that they're Israelites. See, when you're an Israelite, it's not just being an Israelite for name's sake. You're held to a different standard, a higher standard. You have to follow after the law, statutes, and commandments. We can only do it to the best of our ability. But by doing that, it keeps us close to Yahawah. It keeps us close to righteousness, even in these wicked bodies and in this condition. You know, but Jake don't consider that. And that's why the Lord compared us to two of the most stubbornest animals. Not just dumb, but just stubborn. An ox and an ox is stubborn. A ass, a donkey is very stubborn. They wear masks, crib, right? But our people doth not know. My people doth not consider. Go ahead.
Verse 4, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone backward. They are gone away backwards. Why would he be stricken anymore?
Why
He
should
will.
you? Why should
Why
you?
should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more, and the whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint.
And that's right. And that's like the Lord kept punishing us. And he said, man, fuck you. Like, the more I punish you, the more stubborn you niggas get, the more rebellious you get. The whole head is sick, the whole heart is faint. All right? And that goes from Judah all the way down to Issachar. You know? All the 12 tribes, these niggas, it's terrible everywhere for Jake, especially in the places where we're largely concentrated at. Whether it's the South America, whether that's the Caribbean islands, whether that's North America, whether that's in Europe. Because you go to Europe, Benjamin is out of control over there. Benjamin and Judah in the UK, they're animalistic, man. Wherever Jake is at, especially underneath of this devil, they've gotten wickeder than Esau. Even niggas are so wicked, even Edom might stand back and say, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had an article earlier. He showed like this North Kingdom dude. He was bleeding. I don't know if you still got that precept, that article, Kahan.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Article yeah, look at this shit, man. It says photos show Texas patrol agents injured in alleged attack with migrants. Here it is. These niggas are trying to come over to America. These niggas are trying to hide it. A lot of them are doing it illegally. And they're fighting with these. He got a tattoo on his face. I don't know what the hell that shit say, but I know it's wicked. He bloody.
Hey.
Go wow. Look at the Border Patrol agent. What it says? Ex Kata. I don't know what that
means.
I
don't know what the fuck that is.
Nigga ain't good. It ain't good. Look, he's bleeding and shit. That's his blood.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Photos show Texas patrol agents injured in alleged attack with migrants. A border agent in Rio Grande Valley sector was allegedly assaulted by a migrant.
Yeah.
They bit him in his leg, in his arm.
Yeah, and these are, these are the jigs that don't want to come, that don't want to get, confronted with the agents, because a lot of people, the ones that are trying to come to do good, they actually come and like seek asylum and shit, like, oh, our country's bad, whatever, and see if if they get the asylum or not. But there's a lot of people that are coming over, like the brother mentioned, man, and they're just a bunch of fucking criminals, man. And just how they live down in South America, they want to come here and do it over here so that they can make more money, man. I was I was gonna share a video I had watched the other day with you brothers, and there was this guy, he was talking on the whole migration problem, bro. And he was saying how, this year alone, on 2023, they had arrested like a bunch of like drug trafficking and human trafficking leaders. And he was saying how that each member that they catch was estimated to be valued, like the whole information, that because you catch the head, you pretty much stop a big group of people, right? So they were saying how each guy that they caught was worth like hundreds of millions of dollars, bro. And he was saying that down in Central and South America, the amount of money that the drug and the kidnapping and all that wicked shit that Jake is doing down there surpasses the GDPs of all those countries, bro. So he's just making it to where like he's producing these drugs, giving it to Jake to make it, to sell it over here. And then it's so much money in that shit that Jake looks at the options and they're like, all right, do I get a career, go to school, spend all these years, and then come out and be in debt and get a job and, spend all this time paying this career I work for, and then live my life after 15 years of doing that shit, slavery pretty much? Or do I just become a wicked demonic cartel member and a kidnapper and shit? And they choose the latter because it's kind of like incentivized. But also that's our people disobeying the Lord, man. They rather choose wickedness than righteousness, man. You see, and that's the type of people that we're talking about, man. These people are putting the image of Israel real low, man. And this is why the Lord is gonna bring forth such a destruction, man. Everybody pretty much is hating Jake right now.
Yep.
And when all,
I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
No, I'll get the scripture real quick and I'll finish.
Jeremiah 30:7.
Jeremiah
30. I'll get Daniel 12:1.
Right.
Yeah, so when you know, when all hell breaks loose, Apostle Gabar always says that the condemnation that's spoken of in the scriptures is for the 2/3. Why? Because you motherfuckers are the ones that do all these things. And when all hell breaks loose and there's no food, there's no medicine, there's no, you know, certain things, you're the same motherfuckers that are gonna go out there and try to steal from Esau, from the government. So we're gonna see, Lord willing, Yahawah Shema Shah Ratasa, we're part of the elect. We're gonna see these Jakes going out in the streets and trying to, you know, steal and kill, and they're gonna be killed, man, because that's gonna be their judgment for their wickedness, their iniquity.
Yeah, a lot of you Jakes that's coming up from South America that's wicked, you coming up here for the major judgment. You think you coming up here for freedom and get a brand new start? No, you're gonna be burnt to a crisp with nuclear fire, man. A lot of you Jakes, a lot of them migrants that's coming up here, they gonna get the chip. They gonna get chip because they're gonna believe that that's access to everything, and they gonna die. You know, you're gonna be eaten alive out here, man. You don't realize that. You're coming up here for judgment. Ain't no freedom up here. Ain't no American dream here. And this is Jeremiah 37. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right, the time of Jacob's trouble. The one that's be saved out of it is the elect of Israel. Because see, Lord, when we part of the elect, we got a pardon for our sins and our iniquity. But Jake, you out here living your sins and iniquity. We giving you the resource through the spirit and power of Yahawah Shema Shah, telling you to turn back to the Lord and repent while you have an opportunity. But you're not going to do it. And that's fine. You're going to die in your iniquity. You don't believe Yahawah Shah is who he is, who he says, who the scripture say he is. You don't believe in the Son of the Most High. You're going to die, man. You're going to die in your iniquities. And that Jacob's trouble that's coming is going to be terrible, bro. And it's going to seem like an innocent Jake is getting mocked up like the regular working class Jake or the regular little Jake. And even some of us are going grabbed up and thrown in a concentration camp. But the difference between us and them, Lord, when we part of the elect, is that we're going to be protected. We know our power rests at. We know who Yahawah Shema Shah. We believe in Yahawah Shema Shah. So when we call on the Lord, he's going to hear us. Y'all call, no one's going to hear it. You know, you're not going to be delivered. So we're going to be throwing in situations for our deliverance purposes. Jake 2/3 will be thrown in a position to be destroyed, man, and overcome. You got it, Khan.
And I got Amos chapter 9 and verse 10. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And a lot of, you know, Jake that's into iniquity and doing all these things, they think nothing is gonna happen, man. They think, oh, as long as I don't get caught, I'm good. I could keep doing, you know, wickedness until, you know, whenever I decide to stop doing it. And that's not how Yahawah Shema Shah works, man. At least you repent, you still gotta pay for that tab, man.
That's right.
Yeah, that tab is long. Because it ain't just what you did in this life, it's what you did in your previous life. Like the brother Faithful for 144, Hopeful Elect says, 2nd Esdras 15:4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. And you're going to die in your unfaithfulness. But the faithful, we're going to live in our faithfulness to Yahawah Shema Shah. We're not going to die in unfaithfulness. And even if we have to be martyred, that's what that is, a martyrdom. We're not dying for our iniquities and sins. We're dying in the name and power of Yahawah Shema Shah, and we're going to live in that. We're going to immediately come back with the Lord on the chariots. But see, you Jakes, you're going to be out, and that's it for you, man. You're going to have to go back into the recycling bin, nigga. You'll come back a brand new baby.
Yeah.
You know? And your death is not going to be worth anything. You know what I'm saying? he also quotes Hosea 4:6, for my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected the knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Because you forgot the law of the Most High, the Lord's going to forget your children. That's why you see Jake in the condition that they're in. You know? Hey, Ariel, can you get Daniel 12:1? Bring it up on the thing, Kahan. Daniel 12:1. And then after that, the last scripture is going to be Malachi 1 and start at 1 and 1.
God, this is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. The time of the end, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Right,
and we know that time is speaking of is Jacob's trouble.
Yeah, and that book is the book of life. The only ones written in the book of life is the elect. Everyone shall be delivered. It says, and thy people, and at that time thy people shall be delivered. Who are the people? The elect of Israel. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. What that says in the NLT? What it says in the NLT?
It says, the time of the end, at that time Michael, the archangel, who stands guard over your nation, will arise. And we know that, Michael, the archangel, Elder Apostle Gabar speaks on him quite a bit. He's an angel of war. If he had a specialty, his specialty would be war. So Michael, the archangel, is not just coming to supervise or to give out orange hearts and green clovers like Esau portrays him as, but he's coming to do war, to do work, do destruction, to kill, to maim. It says, then there will be a time of anguish greater than any since nations first came into existence. And I don't know if you brothers saw the video where Elder Apostle Aramla did, titled "The Time of Jacob's Trouble Will Be Horrible and Dreadful." Man, that's a sobering video. How he goes into detail of how Jacob's trouble, it's gonna be a bitch. It's gonna be bad. And only the hopeful elect of Yahawah Shai is going to be protected, is going to make it through that. It says, but at that time, every one of your people whose name is written in the book, as the brother said, the book of life, will be rescued. And the only ones who's going to be in that book of life are the hopeful elect, of which, Lord willing, we hope and pray that we're a part of.
Right.
That's right.
Get Malachi 1 and 1.
This is Malachi. Malachi 1 and 1. It says, the burden of the word of Yahawah by Shai.
Sorry, that's Malachi 1 and 1. I'm sorry, 4 and 1. Malachi 4 and 1.
Malachi 4 and verse 1, it says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahawah by Shai, power of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Yeah, and that's that nuclear fire. And that's the day, this is a day that burneth like an oven. And all the proud and all of that do wickedly shall be stubble. And Yep. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord, and the host of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root or branch. That's right. So there'll be nothing left. This is the day we warning you with this. You know?
That's right.
And all those that are going to get burnt up and turned to stubble is the wicked of our people. Never mind that the heathen, they're done. But you Jakes 230, you are done too. That's the judgment. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 2, it says, "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves or in the stall."
Right. So that's that. So the judgment of the 2/3 gonna be them burnt up, and everyone that fear the Lord, the name of the Most High, YAHAWADAH, righteousness is gonna arise with healing in this way. We're gonna get new bodies first. We're gonna be healed. We're gonna be saved from our condition, from this captivity. Okay, YAHAWADAH is gonna be there to deliver us, man. You know what it say in the NLT, Khan?
NLT, it says, "But for you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness will arise with healing in his wings, and you will go free, leaping with joy, like calves led out to the pasture."
Exactly, and we're going to be happy. We're going to be extremely excited and happy that the Lord saved us, man. He did it. That's right. He said he was going to do it, and he actually did it. So we're going to be leaping with joy, man. 2/3, you're going to be weeping with fear and humility. You're going to be destroyed, but we're going to be leaping with joy. Oh man, he here. He told y'all. You know, Jake going to be super excited, man, with joy, because the Lord is bringing us healing. He done healed us. This is it, baby. We no more going to have to be in this condition. No more we're going to be vexed. No more we're going to be hurting. No more we're going to be crying. No more we're going to have to be amongst our enemies. And we're going to be leaping, jumping up for joy, man. Can you imagine? I was just picturing that, leaping for joy on them chariots, man. Them chariots going, ooh. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Even though Jake going to be the blame for all of this, but it's really, Jake is the blame. 2/3. You know what I mean? Your wickedness is what's going to get you destroyed out here, man. At least you repent. That's all I had, brother. Oh, no, I had this real quick. This is, it says this is according to the USPS, I think it's United States Postal Service, reports of mail theft and robberies have been on a rise since COVID-19 pandemic. In 2022 fiscal year, 112 USPS letter carriers were robbed on the job. At the first half of 2023, has already reached 305. See,
wow.
Niggas is wicked. Niggas is out of control, bro. But guess what? That's for them. That judgment for them, like the brother had brought out what Apostle Gabar said. This judgment that's coming is for the 2/3. This judgment that the Lord is about to bring is for 2/3. It's not for us. Those concentration camps, the torture racks, the judgment, the famine, the plagues, the destruction. It's for niggas like this. It's for niggas like this.
Yeah.
That's all I had, brother.
I had Zechariah 13:8. I guess we could close on this one. Is it says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, save the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." And those 2/3 are the wicked of our people, man, and they're gonna be slaved. Why? Because of their evil deeds. It says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is my power." So we're gonna have somebody to call upon, man, to deliver us. But the 2/3, man, since they've been so busy, committing wickedness, man, they're not gonna know who the Lord is. They're not gonna be prepared for what's coming, man. So they're gonna be caught up in the chaos, man. And that's when Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna bring forth their judgment according to to every man's his own deeds.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. That's all everybody had.
That's it.
That's that. We'll give all praises up. Hey, close us out, Kahan.
Hey, so with that, Akim, we hope the lesson was edifying. Again, all praises, honor, and glory going to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Mosul for teaching truth and for ruling well. And peace salutation to all you Akim out there pushing and defending his gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, as well as to the men and the women, the believers in Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, the hopeful elect. Hey, shalom. Till next time.
Shalom.